What many of you may not know about David is that he likewise served as a fine strategic thinker and advocate for quality education in the college as a whole. He and I used to joke that as Portland campus director, he was in the no-win position of a colonial administrator, always paying tribute to the mother country and bringing only hard news back to the colony. Given his background in African studies, the metaphor originated, of course, with David. Yet again, he avoided all bureaucratic pitfalls. He taught in the Linfield curriculum and led January term courses for all our students to Ghana and Cameroon. He was as fully engaged as any of us in the habits of mind discussions that led to the inception of the Linfield curriculum. He injected best practices in Portland student services back into the practices on the McMinnville campus. He provided guidance and behind-the-scenes support to the faculty leaders of today's robust diversity initiative on the Portland campus. And if he thought the mother country was exacting excess tribute from the colony at budget time, he let his views be known and drew more than one line in the sand on behalf of his Portland colleagues. David was a diplomat, but never a pushover. Ultimately, in my book, David's most important contribution to Linfield College was his leading the planning process that produced the current revised alignment between the McMinnville and Portland campuses. That has not been uncontroversial, and David has been the target of many unfair criticisms in respect of the transfer-only program on the Portland campus. What I ask everyone to keep in mind was that this change came in response to a plea from government and educational leaders in Oregon who, in the late 1990s, called for a doubling of nursing graduates in the state. With fixed physical facilities and no capacity for meaningful expansion, the college could contribute to this goal only by increasing the frequency with which students rolled through the program. The transfer-only solution was the most effective means to this end. In keeping his eye on this particular ball and in negotiating a change favored by a majority vote of the Portland faculty that was subsequently endorsed by the Planning Council in McMinnville, David Groff acted as a public citizen first and the Linfield administrator second. I repeat, he acted as a citizen first. Would that we could all retire with such a legacy. I close by relating a particular experience that David and I shared while serving in President Bull's cabinet. We were together during 11 summers of planning retreats. One of our objectives each year was to anticipate the hot-button issues that might erupt into a proverbial spring flat the next May. The idea, as I recall, was that if we knew what was coming, we could somehow prevent it. Though I don't think we ever predicted successfully. Still, I do recall that we needed surcease from our fruitless toil. Usually Dave Hansen, Mr. Gamesman, provided us with our diversions. In 2001, however, I injected myself, deciding we could divide into teams and compete to identify gobbets. You might be asking about gobbets. Gobbets are famous quotations from the history of human thought, notable lines from thinkers and writers from Confucius to Darwin to Alice Walker and in between. Because I took responsibility for compiling the gobbets, I served as moderator. None of you will be surprised to learn that in every round we played, the team with David Groff thoroughly trounced its opponent. Indeed, in the one round we played with David Groff against everyone else, David prevailed by a wide margin. So David, I leave you with one of those gobbets that you successfully identified back in 2001. It comes from the Rule of St. Benedict. Idleness is the great enemy of the soul. Therefore, the monks should always be occupied, either in manual labor or in holy reading. Now, in your retirement from Linfield, it is the spirit, not the letter, of this rule that I commend to you. In any case, I know better than most that idleness will not be a problem for you. I know of your lifelong commitment to physical fitness, your very early mornings in the gym before you report to work. I know of your dedication to community through past and continuing service to Operation Night Watch, an ecumenical ministry program targeting the homeless in Portland. I know of your plans to engage in Africa with WAY, an acronym for Women, Environment, and Health, in an effort to improve the lives of some of the poorest people in the world. And I know that you will stay engaged with Linfield as an honest broker of substantial international opportunities for our students and faculty. For that is what you have been the entire time I have known you, an honest broker.